I was pregnant with my ex's child when his mother tried to kill us. For years, I have hidden the truth about my son's birth. Now, as my ex unknowingly treats our dying child, will he realize he is saving his own son? Will he donate the bone marrow in time to save his life?
Max! There you are, where'd you go? You have to stay in the room, troublemaker.
Well, he struck up a friendship with a hot surgeon, Dr. Dexter.
Zoe couldn't believe her eyes. It was her ex-fiancé.
Hey, Max, sweetie, go ahead, I'll be right there. Ramona, Dr. Dexter cannot know who Max is. He can't know his last name. He can't know that he's related to me, okay? Do you understand?
Zoe, what's going on?
Please, just promise me.
I promise you.
Okay. Thank you.
Zoe couldn't tell her that Blaine's mother attempted to take her life and Max's 7 years ago. But she had to keep Max safe, and keeping the truth from Blaine was the only way. But would she be able to keep them apart forever? Only time would tell.
Blaine, this restaurant is lovely. You always know just what I'll like. Sofia praised him. Blaine just smiled faintly in reply. His gaze kept returning to the heart of the sea necklace around Sofia's neck. $4 million. Sell me the necklace. Sofia's face paled and her eyes turned red instantly. Blaine, who are you buying the heart of the sea for? Blaine's heavy eyes stared straight at Sofia. No matter who it is for, there's one thing for sure. It doesn't belong to you, nor should it be around your neck. Tears flickered in Sofia's eyes. It doesn't belong to me? Who does it belong to then? Does it belong to Zoe? Blaine looked at Sofia's tear-stained face, but found he couldn't muster any pity for her. Sofia, the necklace around your neck is my memory, my youth. Why else do you think I want to buy it? Sofia's face was white. I'm your fiancé, Blaine. So, I don't think it's appropriate for my fiancé to wear my ex-girlfriend's necklace. Blaine's eyes blazed with anger. Take it off, Sofia. The next day, Zoe received a call from Sofia. She asked Zoe to come to see her, as Sofia felt there were a few problems with Zoe's latest design. Wanting to please a client, Zoe immediately offered to meet Sofia. Zoe quickly took down the address Sofia gave her and left. Now, standing outside the location where Sofia had asked that they meet, Zoe was in a trance. Sofia had asked Zoe to meet her at Winchester's, the finest bridal shop in Phoenix. Finally, Zoe reluctantly opened the door and entered the elegant and expensive bridal store. Zoe couldn't believe this was happening. Zoe had now become an unwilling witness to Sofia's final wedding dress fitting. Zoe suddenly saw Blaine standing in front of her. When he saw Zoe standing at the door, Blaine's usually expressionless eyes flashed with some unspoken emotion as they glittered and darkened. "Zoe!" Sofia's voice came from behind her. Zoe felt even more depressed. "Sofia, I think you're too busy today. I should be going. We can talk about your design concerns another time," Zoe told her. "Zoe, don't be like this." Sofia then took Zoe's hand affectionately and smiled. "I'm just so busy right now with all the last-minute wedding preparations. It's happening so soon that this was the only time I had to meet with you. And don't worry, we're almost done. My reception dress was the last one I needed to try on." Zoe took a deep breath and nodded in agreement. "All right, I'll wait for you." Suddenly, Zoe dropped the magazine, stood up, and walked over to Blaine. She needed to put an end to this farce. Blaine watched Zoe's approach silently. Zoe nervously swiped her hands down the side of her jeans. Zoe paused for a moment, bit her lip, then continued. "I don't want Sofia to misunderstand anything. In the future, Dr. Dexter, we cannot meet again in private." Blaine's dark eyes sparked at her words. Then he smirked and said, "Then I'll have to trouble you to control yourself and not provoke me again." What Blaine said sounded harsh to Zoe. She cleared her throat and said hoarsely, "Could I trouble you to mention to your fiancé that in the future, it would be best if she asked to meet me at the job site or another neutral location? It's somewhat awkward as an outsider to be the witness to such a private moment." A dark glint appeared in Blaine's gloomy eyes as he stared deeply at Zoe. Suddenly, he averted his eyes and said, "You can leave. Please stay out of my world from now on and never dream of breaking in again and messing up my life." As he said this, Zoe could feel her own heart go cold. Dr. Warner had called a meeting of the hospital's surgical staff to discuss whether they should operate on a patient who was also HIV positive. It was very evident to Blaine that Dr. Warner wasn't in favor of this operation. David leaned over to whisper, "Blaine, what do you think about this?" Blaine raised his eyebrows and pursed his lips. "What about you?" "I think what Dr. Warner is saying sounds reasonable," David replied. "And you?" Blaine turned to Jose, who sat on the other side of him. Jose pointed at David. "I'm with David. I think what he's saying makes sense." Blaine kept his hands leisurely in the pockets of his white coat. He was calm and spoke with authority and immediately had everyone in the room's attention. "Our duty as doctors is to prolong life. Without brain surgery, this man's life will be over. Therefore, I'm in favor of conducting the operation, and I'll volunteer to do it myself." Ramona was still worrying about the operation when she happened to see Zoe in the hall the next day. Ramona called out to her, "Zoe! Dr. Dexter is putting himself in danger, and I fear that only you can stop him."
Hi, Zoe here. If you are wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Rekindled Heartache now.